All right, welcome everyone. We are playing some Best of One Standard because the Wizards Mad Lads finally did it. There is an event on Arena coming up this weekend, or maybe even now, depending on when you're watching this video, where you can play Constructed and get actual, factual, real-life Magic cards. It's Best of One, so we don't get exactly what we want. It's not Best of Three, but it is Constructed. It's something I've been begging them to do for a while, and I'm excited to finally get the chance to do it. So I went to download some Best of One deck lists, and that's just what I'm going to do for most of the stream. This is Esper Mill. When I was grinding up off stream yesterday, this is what I had the most success with. I did tweak it a little bit from what was the stock list on Untapped, but basically you have a bunch of opponent mills half their library effects in the format. So you have like Singularity Rupture, which is 6 mana for a board wipe is a lot, but it is a board wipe, which against all the aggro and Best of One is still relevant. And then it mills the opponent for half their library. You get to fit it in your mana base with Jador Aristocratic Capital. And the point is that once you've made your opponent mill half their library, you have Riverturn Monument, which for 4 and a tap gets to make your opponent mill for the amount of cards in their graveyard. So yeah, once you get them to mill half their library once, this effect will usually, almost always, just win you the game. Don't put Rest in Peace in this deck. That is something that I considered. It doesn't work super well with Riverturn Monument. You will eventually make yourself very sad. Target player, this deck's name is How to Lose Friends. I mean, you know what? You should... you know me by now. That's the only kind of deck that I like to play. Yeah, so there are other decks that I have queued up. We'll see what we choose to play later on. This Orzhov list is the one that has the best win rate according to Untapped. When I played against it, it seemed pretty solid, but you know me. We got to play some control. So let's hop into the queue. We're in Diamond 2, I think, and I'm just going to grind my way up to at least Mythic. Shouldn't be too hard to get there by the end of the stream, I wouldn't think. By the way, did the stream drop? Kind of looks like it did. Looks like we lost all the viewership. I wonder if Veggie turned off the stream when he left. Okay. Anyway, so we are on the draw. We do have some Surveil lands. We don't have any early interaction yet, but Beza fixes an awful lot of problems. I think this hand is just a little too good to throw away. It says live for 9 minutes. That kind of sucks. Okay, Extra Pickles plays Meticulous Archive, mills a Morong River Regent. Let's go ahead and... I guess I want the blue-white land in play first. If I see Meticulous Archive, then I'm pretty sure that 3 steps ahead will eventually be good. So we'll hold on to that. Ooh, okay. It is the Mirror, or kind of. It's Bant Mill? Interesting. So how do we play against this? I feel like they're likely to have things like Seam Rip or whatever that could exile our Riverturn Monuments. So I think we just play a tap land and say go here. That seems good. Also, I guess in general we want to Surveil top instead of Surveil Graveyard against the mill deck. Now, a lot of tricky sequencing decisions here. I want to shock in this land to hold up 3 steps ahead, but I also want to have 4 untapped land next turn to cast Consult the Star Charts. No More Lies seems like a reasonable possibility. What are they going to do next turn that I want to counter? They could have their own Beza, I guess. Okay. I actually don't think there's anything I want to counter. If Space-Time Anomaly is possible, I cut that from this deck. I felt like that card was just really, really bad, but maybe opponents haven't... maybe my opponents haven't made that cut. Okay, so they mill one of our River Turn monuments, which is kind of gross. Okay. So we do have the combo. It's just a matter of getting to it with enough mana to activate the monument. Like, this needs to resolve. The fact that this needs to resolve means I want to put pressure on them. All right, I'm going to say go. And I'm going to cast this kicked on their end step if they don't do anything. And I think that if they have a counter, it will coax that counter out of them. Instead, they main phase their own Consult the Star Charts. Huh. I can down. If they're doing this main phase, what does that mean? I think I'm going to counter this. It means they want something pretty bad. So we can do this, and then we can mill them. Hey, Team Rocket Grunt Tom. Mill you. How do you like it? Okay. Let's, I guess, just resolve stock up while we can. Yikes. I guess I'm going to take the second Rupture because it is so important to our plan that that resolves. And now I'll hold up Get Lost for the possible Elspeth. Guess what you found in the free store at your locals? I have no idea. Beza. So we can get lost this, and they will still draw a card. Okay. That's sad. I think I'm still going to get lost it. What? That was not on my bingo card for what was going to be in this deck. So these are maps. That's a treasure. They have 1 mana open here. All right. I mean, they've shown no answer to this yet. Wait, what? Oh no, I didn't. Shit. I misclicked. I didn't mill them. That is an oops. Okay, well, I think we can be pretty confident that we would have won this game if I had, clicked the right button. Now things get harder. All right, let's just do it again, I guess. Target you. All right, that worked. We have 35 cards left. Yeah, I guess we'll surveil this one bin. So they can mill us 17 next turn. So I suppose with the 4 mana mill me 22, We're still okay? Yeah, we're still fine. So Tidebinder really blows us out. But if they don't have Tidebinder, then great. Okay, we give him an extra turn that we shouldn't have, but we still win, and that's what matters. I am curious how this event is going to go. I wonder. I suspect that the best constructed players will have a higher win rate than the best limited players do when it comes to like printing money at these events. And I wonder if Wizards is going to be willing to tolerate that. We're on the draw again, which is a mistake that we're making quite a bit. But we do have a lot of early interaction. All these tap lands do. It's like we're going third, but I'm gonna keep it. Post to what you found: an Ouroboros, Ice Trill Explorer, and a Sothera the Super Void. How much are those? How good of a find is that even? Huh. Do I want my black source down? I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I just want land. This is VV, certainly. I played a little bit with VV off stream, and I was not super impressed, but I also didn't play many reps with it. I just had 2 really bad flooding out games where I drew as many cauldrons as I drew other non-lands. Okay. I feel like Authority doesn't really help us all that much. If I play this untapped land now and get lost, then I'm really setting myself back on future turns. Even so. Most of them aren't playing like Spell Pierces or things like that. So I suppose I can just wait. I don't think there's Spell Pierce. I don't think I get super punished by holding Get Lost here. Roid is 17, Explorer is 15, and Super Void is 550. Damn. And that was all free? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good pull. Alright. I'm going to kill... I guess these both grow if they have stuff to discard, but Fear of... Like, FOMO is harder on us if they... Like, if they have the cards to discard to get to Delirium, that makes the Mako a, like, 4-4 or 5-5, and it makes the FOMO a double striker, so... I guess that's why I kill that one. We need to find an untapped land pretty badly now. I guess I want a second blue source in case I don't. Hey, SSA. I think I want that because I think there's a decent chance I'm going to need to cast Day of Judgment next turn. We could die. Could just be dead. How am I doing? Not too bad. Got off work a little early so I could take over the stream from Veggie. Then he streamed like an hour and a half longer than we planned, so just got to sit pretty downstairs talking to Malton Z for about an hour and a half. What's the black for? The black. Can you guys see my untapped? You can. Black is for Singularity Rupture. And also, Nowhere to Run, which I think is just an awesome card in this best of one meta right now. Kills just about everything, and there's an awful lot of hexproofy wardy stuff between Yuna and Tifa. Alright, I mean, this is what it is. We just hope that they stumble for a turn here, and then we can untap with counter magic up. Why best of one? Because there is an arena event this weekend where best of one constructed can get you physical product. So I need to know what people are playing in best of one. Best of three, I know what they're playing. They're playing, well, this. But all right. So now what? This doesn't count as stumbling, by the way. This is a little too much pressure. I'm gonna need to draw something. Oh god. Wow, just like the nut. Like the best possible follow-up to my tap out for a board wipe. Yeah, so they make the Mako a 3/3. They have 4 mana. I hate this deck. Please God ban these. I guess we sequence things this way. We'll play our tap land first, see what we see. I think this needs to go. Like, next turn, this is just so much mana. What makes me think WotC cares? Oh god. I mean, they do care. I think they want Standard to be in an okay place, but I just don't think it's their priority anymore. Dear God. You might be right. You might be right. This might not need a ban. I don't think it's oppressive in best of one, at least. Best of three, it's... yeah. I think I play this tapped and hold up 3 steps with the plan to discard this Watery Grave. This does assume that they're going to play something next turn, but if they don't, then that's fine anyway. If they had another creature, they would have played it last turn, right? We could just be super toast here. Oh my god. Standard's fun without Vivi in it? I think so. I think if you got rid of Vivi and Enduring Curiosity, then I would be pretty happy with Standard. I think both of those cards are just a little beyond the pale. You have a Braid. The problem is just that, like, the next ban window is going to be in, like, November or something stupid. Like, I want to play RCQs this season. I really do. But, like, when I think about building a deck and then going to either building Vivi myself and then condemning myself to play against, like, that mirror every single match, or playing something that is obviously the worst deck, it doesn't sound like a good experience to me. And just knowing that that is locked in until November kind of kills my will to play paper standard right now. If you don't get the 4-drop, you'll move to blue-black and hate yourself. Yeah, I mean, I am... Oh, God. Oh, God. Shit. Well, actually, this comes in tapped. So it's not quite as bad as it looks. It's bad, don't get me wrong. But I don't think we're dead on board. I'll not guess what you're playing in standard. If I know you... I don't know. I would say Gruul Prowess, probably. No red? So just the green, the Tifa Landfall mono green. This is 4 mana. 5 gets them the Winterlight Stories, but then they're out of mana. If they have they drawn any extra cards? I don't. They have, right? So this will get bigger post combat. Although now they've used the mana. Okay. Well, this is great for us, right? You're having your villain arc. Are you playing Mill? I don't know. What are you playing? Or is it Vivi? Like, I guess you said no red, so it can't be Vivi. Pixie. Okay. Oh, shit. No, I forgot that that was still a trigger that was going to happen. Okay. Ah. I forgot that was under the... I forgot that was under the cauldron. Yeah, we're just dead. That sucks. Oh, I guess maybe we weren't dead. Maybe I had consult for the non-kicked cost to find, like, get lost. Yeah, we still had outs there. That was an early concession. You're not spending 500 to 600 to build VV Cauldron. You try like 8. But yeah, the combination of like the cards in it probably getting a ban in November and it being an unpleasant play experience for those couple months. Ugh. Maybe it's 500 or 600, I guess, because you have like the mana base or something. Sounds good-ish. Could get run over. We're on the draw again. Mountain go. Base is really good against Mountain Go. We already have one. I'm just going to try to find some other interaction for it. It's like Lightning Strike? Alright, we're just going to cast this Consult on end step, unkicked. Missing the VV in the Cauldron. Yeah, I mean... So that shot came off the top? Why didn't they play that last turn? And I guess it's stock up. They're having a great time with the podcast down there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So stock up, I think, is a little too slow. I think like there's an argument for playing stock up and trying to find the board wipe, but given that our next turn play with Beza is so good, and we have the option of 3 steps aheading a screaming nemesis here, I think I'm supposed to just cash this in. Their draw's been weird. All right. Well, they successfully played around our counters. So we play the Verge and the Beza. We gain life and nothing else. We can also stock up Authority, but I think that's... yeah. Let's just play Beza. How bad could it be? I know these decks are like playing Witchstalker Frenzy, so that could be what this is, yeah. Convenient answer to Beza, for sure. Alright, let's start with stock up. And that'll inform what we do with the rest of our mana. Okay. So we have Get Lost here. Like we can shock Godless Shrine, Get Lost the Challenger. Their follow-up might be like Screaming Nemesis. I don't know what their follow-up could be, actually. It could be like Sunspine Lynx, which would stink. There's nothing we can do about that. We can also play Tapland Authority, which is like fine. I take both of these because they are the like if it fills out the second half of the combo. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this now. It seems like a little wasteful knowing that this board wipe is coming, and there's something nice about having Authority in before the board wipe. So that the follow-up can't be like hasty, slick shot, show off, kill you. This is nasty. There's Screaming Nemesis. Okay. And to the bin with it. Interesting. Okay, well, I think this is just how it's going to be then. We'll mill you. And now you need to kill me from 11 with an empty board. And that seems hard. And if you can't, then we win next turn. As long as we tap correctly. So we take 6 here. That is fine. Just make sure we tap right. I guess there is a world where they have Lightning Strike in their hands, and in our upkeep in their upkeep we die. But that is not this world. Great. Keep on moving up. Yeah, so this event is like I don't think it's been announced on the Arena client yet. I saw it on like the, like I went down like the Fire Shoes rabbit hole, and that's how I saw it. But like, I think it's supposed to be from Friday till Sunday, so you have an entire weekend to just grind these boxes out, which seems really dangerous for me. I think I will probably spend an awful lot of money on this. We are on the draw again, by the way. This hand is pretty poor. They mull. I think this is on the keep side, but could definitely go badly. You're looking at VV prowess, but don't plan on grinding RCQs. And if you don't like VV prowess because it's a Xerox that has a prowess win con, yeah. I think I want a split of Ultima and Day. I don't know. Mountain again, by the way. I thought about that. But the problem is that if you're playing best of one and you're on the draw, then you're probably not living to cast your turn 5 board wipe. Like, the difference between casting it on turn 4 and turn 5 is huge. But Ultima is just an I win button against the Simulacrum decks. Not quite an I win button, but it's... I was playing blue-white control with Ultima, and I was playing this without it, and all of that sounds... it makes... It's a night and day difference. That's what I'm trying to say. This is like a Dragons deck. How scared am I of Torian Mauler? I'm not super scared. I don't think I need to stock up. I'm just gonna know where to run it. Just stay alive. Yeah, it deals with cauldrons. I guess that's true. It feels like a good cauldron player will probably find a way to play around that. Hired Claw. That's not a dragon. So if we play Beza, we get nothing. That's funny. Alright, I'm going to cast stock up. I want a little more out of my Beza than that. So I think I want second blue source. And putting 2 of these on the bottom kind of stings, but I think if we stay alive, then we're happy. Next turn can be get lost plus stock up. Or if they put us under a lot of pressure, then we can jam Beza. Okay. I think I'm into Beza plus tapped backstreet now. What's the alternative? Get lost plus stock up. That's also not bad. What do they have in their hand? They could have like that hasty warp dragon. That's possible. Yeah, I'm going to play Beza. Best red deck is dragons, and that's fine. I haven't played against this dragons deck very much. That seems good. If you're worried about hasty warp dragon, that seems like a pretty solid answer. I'm going to keep that. What a preposterous magic card. Like this just blanked more than their entire attack step last turn. If we had played Basil last turn, we wouldn't have gained any life. But instead, we waited, took 3 damage, and then gained 4 instead. What happened there? What is... How did my Beza die? Seriously, how did my Beza die? What am I missing? Twin Mob. Oh, it got shuffled back in. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, now we'll just get lost this dude. Do I want to play Authority or not? I think not. I think I want to play an untapped land and double cast this Consult, but I can't do that because I don't have double blue in play because I'm good at Magic. Alright, so I guess it's going to be Stock Up plus Authority then. Ew. That's pretty good. So it gets rid of their burn spell on top. It also means that we're live to drawing any River Turn Monument and we win. Now I think we're good. Sure. That is not a card that really likes Authority of the Consuls, though. And again, we have to make sure we tap correctly. Because we have just enough blue to do this next turn. Cool. I do kind of see the appeal of best of one. Like, I definitely prefer best of 3 as like a way to play Magic, and I like being able to sideboard, and I think on average it helps me playing best of 3 more than it helps my opponent, but it's kind of nice just knowing that the game is going to be over in 5 minutes. I mean, you gotta hope that we're playing against aggro. I guess. Oh no. Oh, okay. Botanical Sanctum, Llanowar Elves. Botanical Sanctum. I don't know what we're up against. I know I'm going to bolt the bird, though. Hand smoother too. Yeah. I think I keep that. I don't know that this is going to do anything because I don't know what my opponent's doing, but I might as well. Also, getting fewer cards in my hand means if I draw Beza, Beza gets better. It's more likely to draw a card. It's like blue-green landfall or blue-green mid. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of blue-green landfall. But that's what this is. Cavern of Souls names Dragon. Okay. World Wagon pretty good against our double Day of Judgment hand. You cannot counter anything here. Don't have enough blue. And they have a Cavern of Souls. So all that makes me want to cash in. Oh my god. Eldrazi. What Eldrazi's in the format? Seriously, what Eldrazi? Dragon back assault deck, the warp one. Yeah, I haven't played a ton of standard. Warp Eldrazi. Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of Edge. Can I die next turn? Play more edging, brah. I guess I should. I think I'm just gonna jam this while I know it will resolve. Okay. So now we have the combo. Just need to live to cast it. Authority is possibly stopping us from getting domed for 6. Seven. I think I'm gonna go for it. Hello.
Hello. How do we do?
We're milling people.
Woo.
Means I get to see their deck at least. Oh, this must be the Eldrazi. Warp 4. Oh wow, it like cheats shit into play.
So Airball's in my office. Veggie, Z, and Mauled are filming a podcast downstairs. And so I've been sent to my room. And I'm bored.
You're welcome to use my office.
I'm just playing. I've been on my room watching TikTok.
Mm.
Which is fine. I just thought I'd come see what you're doing. I have to go be food wench in about an hour.
We're gonna try to mill our opponent next turn.
I like milling people.
I guess I want to... Did we mill any counter spells? We milled 1, 2...
I'm bored already.
Okay. I guess I can do this, and if they have a counter, then we always have the backup plan of Day of Judgment. And if they do that and copy Overlord, then we get to kill 2 of them with Day of Judgment. Going back to doom scrolling. Guess I can move this now. So they have 1, 2 blue mana available. It is enough for 3 steps ahead. And obviously they just got to go through their whole damn deck with Consult. Right, they got to go like 16 cards deep or something ridiculous. Okay. So they did have it. That's fine. It's still going to be tough for them to actually swing. And that's their 3rd hard counter. I think I let that go. Just want to find another River Churn Monument. There's like definitely sequences where we lose here, where they can like bounce Authority, play the like some like creature that puts lands into play, and then swing for like 14 with the wagon. But I think we're unlikely to lose here. Okay, well that's a start. This cruise for 4. Okay, well, guess we're stocking up. We can't find a monument with stock up and win in the same turn here. Yikes. So I guess it's going to be Authority, because they felt like they needed to get rid of it with Ugin there. I can buy that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Huh. Get Lost also not bad. So 6, we would want 9 to be able to monument with 3 steps ahead backup. We have 7 out now. We haven't made our land drop, so this land would do it. I'd get lost in 3 steps. Maybe that was right. I just think having the 9th mana guaranteed next turn is big. This is loose. Like, we could lose here. Into the Flood Maw, what a card. I think either way I could lose, that's for sure. So, like, both lose to a counterspell plus win condition. So, in the event that they don't have a win condition, this line is a little bit better because it guarantees we have counterspell backup. but Get Lost is better against like a single win condition. Oh dear. So now we're going to get domed for 11. Nope, they're out of basics. Okay. Get Lost allows us to answer Ugin. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like answering Ugin is just never a thing that's going to happen in this game because we're either going to win the following turn or we're probably going to lose. So, like, as weird as it is, I just didn't think Ugin was a problem. Also, maybe we just shouldn't have been super worried about them having a counterspell because we knew three steps ahead were gone. Oh, we're on the play for once. That's nice. Pretty hand. Don't think I'm get losting that. Or am I? If I get lost it, then I can jam stock up without too much fear next turn. Like, what's the worst thing that happens to me? I guess if they, like, jam Vivi, is it even that bad for me if I tap out for stock up next turn? I'm just gonna untap. I guess 3 steps ahead is good specifically against if they jam Cauldron, because we don't have any good answers to Cauldron in our deck. But stock up means that the following turn we'll have 4 mana. We can probably find a 2-drop spell with stock up. I'm going to cast it. Okay, well, maybe not. I guess I'm just going to take the combo. That's pretty good. There goes VV. I'm just going to kill this now, I think. I guess sequencing-wise, I should have played the archive first, because that's probably what I want to do. Like, playing this doesn't really achieve much. Huh. I think that's unlikely to kill anything that matters right now. If they play Vivi, it'll probably grow out of nowhere to run range pretty quick. Oh, that's filthy. Oh, that's really bad for us. I didn't know they were playing this card. That's pretty good. So now they go main phase 2. They have 6 mana to work with. This will eventually bounce, so it's not the end of the world, but it's unpleasant. Oh, 1 or 2 of. The version I played did not have this. Oh, okay. I mean, this is why we're playing the practice games. Because I would have not... If I had known that this was a possibility, I definitely would have played around it. However, they're most likely play next turn is just replay this, right? And we can just counter that. I'm just going to say go. If they have another one of these, then we probably lose the game on the spot. This is tricky. Alright, I'm going to cast Stock Up. I feel like if I go for this, then we just get murdered next turn, so... I like 3 steps ahead, and I like Get Lost. Do I also like Shadowy Backstreet? I don't think so. We just hold up 3 steps ahead and say go. Card's really good. I've been impressed with this. I've never seen the last line of text matter, but just to be able to do something on your turn 2 in Standard when you end up in a matchup where your normal turn 2 plays are blanked. Like, most of your turn 2 plays in Standard are removal, right? And if your opponent doesn't show you anything to remove, being able to just warp this in, drawing a card, keeping up, it's kind of nice. I guess I counter this. I was considering letting it resolve and playing Get Lost instead. But I think there's a world where we can eventually make our way to Rupture, hold up, Get Lost so we don't die, and then the following turn, River Churn. So let's try to hit our land drop, I guess, and hold up, Get Lost so we don't die, and then then we can try to make our way to that winning game state. It's really hard not to take 3 steps ahead Verge here, though. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Change of plans. It does mean that we don't have the guaranteed rupture plus hold up, get lost, but... Most of the people at the LGS were surprised you were on Pixie. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm just going to cast this. They've shown they have nothing better to do. And I really want to hit the next land drop so I can rupture and hold up the don't die card. However, we can't. That land can go. And we have 7 mana, which is just enough to river churn, activate, get lost if need be. Although I don't know that I would activate if given the choice. Someone spoiled the fact that you were playing Pixie? That sucks. Like, I don't know, like the etiquette, everyone is so protective of what they're playing at these RCQs. Oh. Okay, I'm glad we have a second one. I guess. Am I activating? I guess. There is some world where maybe they put enough cards in that I can get away with not milling them for half first. Oh, it wasn't an RCQ? Okay. Then it's a little better. At F&M, I don't care. At an RCQ, don't tell my opponent what I'm playing. I guess I kill this? Is there a world where I die through a get lost next turn? I don't think there is. Although I guess if this was the plan, then I shouldn't have get lost to the VV anyway. Yeah, this does give them access there. So probably the worst case scenario here is like Turso would be pretty bad. Steam Core would be pretty bad. That's not great. Oh, I see. And they didn't even say it in person. They just said it on Discord. I guess if your LGS is small enough that most of your opponents are likely to see that Discord message, that's possible. But like, I have the luxury of playing at bigger LGSs where no one knows me and I don't know anyone else. So I guess we take 6 to the dome here. They have 3 mana left. I think we got there. So they like maybe play Vivi here. We kill it before they can put the Profts counters on it. That's kind of funny because if like anyone who does know me, if they sat down in front of me at an RCQ, they would be stunned if I played aggro. So it's like the exact opposite. All right. You got it, opponent. Yep. Pixie's very different from red. That is true. But at least you're still playing like 1-drops. But yeah, there is something very pleasing about bouncing a Stormchaser's Talon to your hand. I did love playing the Otters deck back when that was a thing for, I don't know, a season, the Bloomborough season. Sounds good. Keep this. We're on the play. It's a little debatable what land to play on turn 1 here, because if we play the Sewers and we want to get lost something on their turn 2, then we need to shock in the Goblet Shrine to do it. They mulligan Oko, Pet Rock, Tattered Sleeves. They're probably aggro. But we're going to need a second white source anyway. Maybe we just find that with the Sewers. Sure. We'll keep that. Nope. Not sure if it's exactly the mirror match, but it's not great. I don't think my life total matters enough to play the Shrine tapped. Talk to Flesh Eating Gnome, he's on Otter. Like, whoa. Oh, is this like Kona? This might be Kona. Probably it's Kona. All right, I'm going to get stock up off while I can. I'm going to take another land. Yeah, the thing about Otters is that, like, I wanted to play it when it was a deck that had a chance of winning. But like when even CFT Sock was like, yeah, no, I'm not playing Otters. That was kind of the death knell for the deck for me. Like literally went and unsleeved it right away. Starting town go, you say? Fear of isolation. Which one is fear of isolation? By the way, Cavern of Souls name's Beast, so it's definitely Kona. I think I am actually down to just cycle this 3 steps ahead. Because Kona's the thing that matters. I'm going to play the Monument out. And I feel comfortable enough doing this. Maybe I shouldn't. Because Kona, I was like, oh, well, nowhere to run gets around Kona plus protection spell, right? But it doesn't if the protection spell is Snakeskin Veil. Because yes, it gets around the hexproof, but Kona will grow to an X4, right? So it won't kill it. Luckily, like, okay, sure, you got it. Oh, that's an excellent draw. I was like struggling with whether to play stock up and only hold one piece of interaction, but now I can hold up all my interaction and cast consult for the full Monty. So that was outstanding. Okay, Voice of Victory is nasty. Yeah, Voice of Victory plus Cone is bad news. We actively don't want authority. I think we might need all of our mana here. Just sucks that we're not doing anything on their turn if they don't play into the obvious counterspell plus removal. If I stock up, we have 4 mana left. That lets me 3 steps but not kill the Kona that follows. If I River Churn, I get the 3 steps plus get lost. Does expose the River Churn. I guess this is what I'm doing. I don't want to take the whole turn off, but I don't want to play stock up and expose myself to just getting killed next turn. Like, this stinks, right? Like, holding the voice here and doing nothing is very, very suspicious. Okay, sure. They should be a little suspicious that we didn't activate this in response to, I would think. Okay. Oh, okay. I was still trying to find a way to like keep the shields up long enough to assemble the combo, but I guess they just had enough of my bullshit. All right. Should I play something else? Nah. This is going well. Let's keep going. I think we've lost. Have we lost? I actually don't know if we've lost a game yet. I think we probably have. I just don't remember. Guess I can find out with Untapped. Oh, I can't because I'm not logged in on this browser because it's the stream computer. Oops. All right. Then I don't know. It's a pretty awkward hand. We have no white. Almost any card is good. Like any land, any spell is pretty good to draw. I'm going to keep it. And at least we have nowhere to run no matter what. Okay, so it's either Dimir or the Mirror. The Mirror sounds like a headache. Duress. That's more likely to be Dimir than anything else, I guess. Is there a world where I actually jam Nowhere to Run here? And that sounds insane, but Nowhere to Run turning off the hexproof on Kaido is actually kind of big game. But it just throws away a card. I'm just gonna let this resolve. I don't want to tell them my hand, but this is the only thing that turns on Get Lost. And my life total might matter because I still don't quite know what I'm up against. Demolition Field. Maybe it's just Dimir control? Our hand is pretty bad against Dimir control specifically. Alright, that does seem to be what it is. We're probably going to lose this one. This is not the right half of our deck to draw. Demo Field is a pretty good sign that it's Dimir control, right? Like, Dimir midrange would never do it. Sure. Eat your heart out. The matchup should be good. Generally, like, Mill should be good against control, but... Okay, so this is, like, 3 steps ahead. Yeah. Would love to draw stock up. Ooh, Fountain Port's rough. Well, easy decision so far. Yeah. think we're dead. I think all of our decisions made sense. This is one of those reasons that best of one is problematic. All right, so we finally lost one. But only losing to the mirror is a pretty good sign for the deck, I would think. Add a blue-white player who demo field, but them demo fielding you... Oh, turned on all your verges? Yeah. There have been times where I've like been begging my opponent to kill my land so I can go get a basic. As a RC Hartford, I ended up getting stuck with 3 Flood Farm verges in play for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 turns. It was gross. Hammy does go Bork. I guess I keep that. I think it's important to be able to get lost something immediately after they play it. So I think I am going to shock in this Watery Grave. Just because I don't want there to be a window where they have like Snakeskin Veil or whatever protection trick they have to protect their Tifa. I think that can go. You didn't tell me I fixed your mana. There was the Pioneer Regional Championship where I brought Lotus Field. I was playing one. I was watching a match played before the event. A friend of mine was borrowing my deck, and we had Sphinx of the hexproof. You can't counter my instants and sorceries, and they were playing against Is It Phoenix, and Phoenix had Spell Pierce, like just obviously had it in hand, and they just sort of gave up on the game while Sphinx was in play until we cast Omniscience, and we did have little enough mana that Spell Pierce could have tagged Omniscience through the Sphinx, but they just didn't see it. So, what? How they just didn't read the card. They read the card as like, oh, all of my stuff is uncounterable, right? They think because Dramoka was the usual card in that slot. I think I'm just gonna hold up 3 steps ahead. By the way, this is Sultai, so I'm a little confused now. I think I counter this. It's card advantage. It fills the graveyard. It's a huge tempo swing. And there's nothing in the bin for them to reanimate yet. Oh yeah, I thought I did explain it. It's Sphinx of something. 5/5 flyer hexproof. Your instants and sorceries are uncounterable. You heard Sweaty Magic. Sphinx of the final word. That's what it is. Yeah, not the last word, but yeah. Sweaty Magic is being played tonight, as sweaty as best of one gets. I think I am also into this. I don't know what we're up against, so I'm not sure this is right, but this feels right to me. Okay. So maybe it wasn't right because now they're representing their own river turn monument. So we need to find a counter spell essentially. And not tap like that. Mm. Well, we can at least represent a counter, but I don't think they will respect it. Maybe Tidebinders would be good. Some number of these in this deck. Yeah, they're counting. Is there any good anti-mill tech in Standard? Felden's Cane? What is Felden's Cane? Alright, we're just gonna go for it. I don't think we can beat it if they have it. White Leyline. Yeah, I was more thinking of like a Gaia's Blessing or whatever the card is that shuffles your stuff back in. Alright, now I think we are toast. Seems incredibly unlikely that they just don't have Monument themselves. Do we even have the tools to win anymore? It doesn't matter. Put up a pretty good fight considering. But yeah. All right. Keep going. I think if we lose 3 in a row, then that'll probably be a good sign to change decks. All right. The Ajani Avatar of the Virtuous. I feel like we should win this one. On the play. Sure. Oh, I should have looked up the Felden's Cane card. What is that? Okay, so that's real bad, right? Like, 1 mana for an artifact, tap it and exile it, shuffle your graveyard back in. White ley line is not standard legal? Is it not? I thought all the ley lines were. I thought they all got reprinted. Leyline of Hope is not not the leyline we were looking for. I suppose maybe I should have like considered the fact that my opponent has Unisleeves. No, looks instead to me like I guess this could be like a Simulacrum deck, but could also just be Kona. I think I would rather play stock up next turn than play consult for half value. All right, here's stock up. It resolves. Great. I'm just gonna take consult on tap land. Okay. It is Simulacrum Synthesizer. Another deck that Tashana's Tidebinder would be good against. I was going to end step consult, I think. Not having access to either Ultima or this is pretty sad. However, this is pretty sad for them to have to do as well. How much does this need? It needs 12. That's a pretty good draw, too. I'll do this now while the card is still good. I guess the plan is going to be to consult on their end step. I'll just play this tapped. They have to make sure they stack these triggers correctly. I don't know if Arena does it right by default. But if you do it in the wrong order, it'll eat your own token. So that'll get to 7. It's close to a lot of mana. Yuck. I don't think I want either of these. So I guess I'll just take the untapped land. Rupture you? Ugh. Okay. This could kill. Does this kill? Not quite, right? I think it kills if they have an untapped land, which is disgusting. Yeah, holy crap. So we're certainly Day of Judgmenting here. Probably. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. I think we probably lose this one. This is just so much mana. And they're shocking. Do you have another repurposing bay? Oh, or just naturally have it in your hand. Yeah, that's gross. That's fucked up. Okay, that's I think 3 losses in a row with Mill. So let's try something else. I don't like losing, period. But I also don't like, I especially don't like losing 3 games in a row. Let's try the Sephiroth deck. This is supposedly the one that has the highest win rate. It is sad playing a blue-white X control deck and not have any of the cards that just totally hose the Simulacrum deck. Alright, so these are the decks that I'm not as good at. I'm going to keep it. I think this is good enough to keep. It does have Sephiroth after all. Am I going to go to Atlanta? I don't know. Maybe. Plan, if allowed, will be to block and sack with the Infestation Sage. Yeah, I don't know about Atlanta. I might have work. Ooh, Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. I think I want to sacrifice this. Do I? Yeah, I think I do, just so because I want to hit my land. Great. This is a tricky turn. Yeah, I haven't made any effort at all to qualify for anything. This is why I didn't play the Sephiroth. I didn't want to expose it to the Sheltered by Ghosts. Certainly double blocking if they attack. Godless Shrine. Oh, I should have done this post-combat, I guess. I missed a point of damage here. Atlanta's a fun city. Yeah, been there a couple times now. I think twice. The problem with Atlantic City, or the problem with Atlanta, is that target players there. Why is that bad? No, I'm just messing with target player. It is not a bad thing. I would say that went pretty well. If Paul likes me, he can like anyone. That is a talent of mine. I'm good at liking specific people. People in general, I dislike. Riddle me that. But like when there is a person in front of me, I am pretty good at finding the things to like. I was considering sacking more to get the extra drains, but okay. Would like to draw a spell. We have 4 Raise the Past left in the deck. And those probably all end the game immediately. If they attack with the Nemesis, we'll block and sack the bot. It's just a convenient way to get deeper in the deck. I think I just untap. Oh, hello. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I was considering like sacking those extra creatures to dig a little deeper to find exactly that, but it didn't feel like they had enough pressure on me to make me do that. Used to live in Stone Mountain in the 80s. Went back there like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was so different. Is like Stone Mountain a euphemism? Oh, yeah. Me and my friends in high school spent a lot of time at Stone Mountain. And that would get different as you age, I would think. I guess I keep this. This is not an inspiring hand, but we have surveils, and we're on the play. It is a literal structure 30 minutes east of Atlanta. That is significantly less fun. I like Voice of Victory against Meticulous Archive. That sounds good. Now, do I want to give away the surveil value? I think I just want to get as much pressure on the board as I can. It's a literal mountain made of stone that also sadly features a giant relief sculpture of Confederate leaders. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Pinnacle Star Cage. Am I concerned about that? The problem is that holding this back, I don't think wins. Like, I think we're on the get there with shitters game plan. Which is not a very good plan, but it's the plan we have. Yeah. I don't think we could ever beat that. I mean, just gonna jam it. But I think we're toast. Okay. Yeah, I think there have been several games where I think all of our decisions were reasonable and just we ran into things that we could not have predicted. I guess I can get untapped out of the way here. This is a nice looking hand. All right. This hits harder. Oh, that was dumb. I should have played this pre-combat if I was going to. Yeah, that was stupid. I don't think it actually matters much. Because I don't think getting this to speed 4 is actually a super likely thing to have happen. But we should have one more speed. That is such a big Mako. Do I like tempo raise the past here? No attack? I guess they know I want to block and sack. I think we are in so much trouble. Even if I sack the whole squad, find a land, cast, raise the past, I don't think it does anything. I think we just untap. It's not a bad draw. I guess this, in a really weird way, this deals with Cauldron. Stone Mountain is vastly overrated. It seems to me that, like, that's the default kind of mountain. Right? If you tell me about a mountain, I just assume that part of it is stone. Like, that is the main thing that comprises the Stone Mountain. Okay. So now we do this. We need to find a land. I think we actually have to let that go, as insane as that sounds. Nope. We went through a lot of cards there and have not found an untapped land yet. Concealed Courtyard? Yeah, that's a good guess. Is that good enough? I'm just looking for Sephiroth now, I think. Well, they give us the maximum sweat. I'm going to run and use the washroom. I'll be right back, though. I'll pull up the deck list so you guys can see it. We weren't even using the special lands. All right. Exactly one starting town is a flavor win? Is it? I mean, I guess. Is there some special reason? Like, I don't know. I've never played Final Fantasy, so I don't actually know. Or is it just that there can only be one starting town? Okay. There's nothing special about a Final Fantasy starting town in particular, though. 1, 2, 3. Seems good to me. Guess we have to be careful about the order in which we play our lands. Right? Oh no, this only comes in. You need a swamp or a mountain, so plains isn't good enough. Ooh. Even still. Starting town's $20. That seems low, honestly. Like, the card seems really good. We're up against Vivi again. Okay. We don't have the material yet to do the same thing we did last game. Yeah. Actually, we do, right? We can sack the Zealot, or sack the stage, sack the token, then sack Vondam. That hurts an awful lot with Sephiroth rotting in our hand. 3 Sephiroths, by the way, as many of them as lands. So maybe it's better. I guess I let him have it. And then this coming turn, we're probably just gonna have to. We're probably just gonna have to like execute the entire kill the cauldron line on our turn. But with Sephiroth in play, that's a lot better than without. But it hurts so much letting them have all this. Now, granted, this is like one of the best sequences they could have. Jesus Christ. There's your concealed courtyard target player. and I can't quite flip Sephiroth. I still think we're hosed. If only this thing could sack itself. We have gained a lot of life, though. It's 23. So what I'm wondering is, if I keep Sephiroth in play and I top deck exactly Raise the Alarm or whatever it is, does that win? Not really, right? I think I have to block. But I think we lose this pretty much 100% of the time. I guess maybe I was supposed to take the first crack because maybe they want to leave it untapped to harmonize this thing. So it is probably the case that nothing but Raise the Alarm wins. And even that probably doesn't. So we have to assume we'll draw it, which means we should throw this under the bus here, but we're not going to be allowed. Okay. That was a reason to block this the first time around, I suppose. And this is 4 in the air. There's just so much crap here. Yeah, we're just toast. I don't think we can win this. I don't think there's even a way to win. Like, I don't think there's even a way to survive another turn, given the two stories, things they have in the bin. It's weird. I would have thought that this deck would do better against VV, but I think we've lost to it twice. No, we, like, barely beat it once, I think. Okay. Sure. Maybe this is greedy. Maybe this is a mall. We're up against VV again, it looks like. Opt. All right. Wow, they say go. These get sacrificed or exiled? Sacrificed, damn. Let's just fucking go. Bring it. Want to buy one Cavalcade of Calamity, please? Yikes. Does that win? It's close. Oh, I bet it did win. Like, if I had sacked something pre-combat, it would have grown the bot because they would have lost life, so the speed would have gone up. As it is, these two are going away, so they're at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you're dead. Shades of Rakdos Sacrifice. Yeah, it turns out when our opponent doesn't do anything, things go better. This hand needs a lot to go right, doesn't it? Like, we need to draw a third land, need to draw one drop, need to draw a fourth land. After this deck match, can I show what other decks? Yes, I can definitely do that. That said, like, so much of the power of the deck is already in our hand. I'm going to keep it. This could be wrong. Also, welcome to the channel, Dadbod Gamer. Ah, we have a mirror. Okay. I guess it's voice. I think that represents the most possible damage from us. And I guess if we draw like Gorehound exactly, being able to attack with this and make 2 Duders gets us to Surveil deeper, which means Raise the Past happens. They bin the land. That's a good sign for us. But I guess it makes sense to Surveil Graveyard almost all the time, because you know you're going to get all this Surveil value yourself later. They bin Sephiroth as well. That's kind of terrifying. Exiling is also irritating. Okay. I don't want to play Sephiroth. Maybe it should have been Von Dam, because it blocks the voice. Okay, so we're taking... I think the answer's a lot. Four, five, six, seven. We go to 9. Next turn, we play Sephiroth. Sack the Blood Witch. Gain 2. Set up for Raise the Past. I guess it's also possible that we draw untapped land, and then we might want to play Blood Witch plus Von Dam. In any case, I think no blocks here. Find Sephiroth the Second. Okay. I guess that just means that's what we're playing here. I have to assume Sephiroth's going to die here. We need to find that 4th land pretty badly, and it has to be untapped. If they just run back last turn, it was 2, 5, 7. Sephiroth sucks up 1 of it, so we take 6. They get to stack their deck. This is nice, at least we get to kill the Voice of Victory, but the fact that we get to kill the Voice of Victory makes me think that they probably have Raised the Past. Maybe. Yeah, I think Raise the Past is coming next turn. This is kind of cute. Oh, I get to flip Sephiroth? I do get to flip Sephiroth. Oh, that's phenomenal. Less phenomenal, for sure. I've never played with this flipped. You get an emblem with when a creature dies, opponent gets drained. When it attacks, sacrifice any number of other creatures if you do draw that many cards. Can't quite kill them. But this being an emblem now, I think we just win. Like, Yeah, like they can't damage us, right? Like having this in play means that any of their sacrifices will hurt them, and I don't think any of their get out of the way. Yeah, none of their sacrificey stuff gains them life here, so I don't see how they win. They're all just dead in the air. I guess they can sacrifice the infestation sage and make a blocker for Sephiroth, but if they do that, they take one from the emblem, and then we can also sack the sage on our attack trigger. Cool. Opponent going to go out on their own terms. Man, that was an easy mistake to make with all those mobilized triggers. It feels like this should be gated so that it only triggers on your turn. I'm not even gonna give him the opportunity to like block or anything. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like playing with their food, I think, because they were showing for most of that game that they had the Raise the Past, and they just chose to activate the encampment multiple times instead. All right. Bob's good in 75 of these decks. Yeah. Bob less good in best of one, I think. So here are, by request, the best of one decks that I was looking at. This is the Esper Mill deck that we were playing earlier, which is trying to win with a combination of mill half your deck effects like Jador and Singularity Rupture, and the exhaustibility of Riverturn Monument, and the rest is just a stay alive blue-white control deck for the most part. Cool deck. Not one of the better ones. Untapped says it has like a sub 50% win rate, but it was fun. Is it VV? We've played against this multiple times. The further up we've climbed, the more we've been seeing it, and that's not super surprising. If you don't know what this deck does, I don't know what to tell you. You've been living under a rock. Two pretty fucked up magic cards, Vivi and Soul Cauldron, and you don't really need to say much else. What else? Ortho Sephiroth is a deck we were just playing. This is just straight up blue-white control. So just trying to win the fair game plan. This has Ultima, which is really, really good against the Simulacrum synthesizer decks. And it's just, where you had the black nowhere to runs before, now you have your Seam Rips and your Ultimas and Horned Lock Whales. I do think nowhere to run is really good in the meta, but I think we got screwed a couple times by the mana base in Esper, and also the lack of utility of our board wipes, just not having extra lines of text. Boros Burn. Haven't played it yet, but if you've played on Arena at all in Best of One, you've seen this. We've seen this many, many, many times. Yeah, I mean, what is there to say? Like Boros Charm, dealing 4 upstairs, giving double strike to creatures that are already prowessy and pumped up, like Show Off, Nemesis, Sheltered by Ghosts. All of that is a good tempo plan to win if you win a lot of die rolls in a row in Best of One. And the last one, Gruul Landfall, which is just Gruul for the World Souls Rage. No other no other red in the deck. And this is about getting a Tifa with 4,000 power through to your opponents. You can get it through with Escape Tunnel if you activate it at the right time. Doesn't really have a whole lot of late game, but if it puts you on the back foot, wins the die roll, and has Snakeskin Veil, then it wins a lot of games. And that's it. Untapped, I think, had some other lists. I think there was like another Orzhov deck. I feel like Esper Pixie is probably fine in Best of One, if not inspiring. I've been unimpressed with Vivi in Best of One. I think I was saying that earlier. What a name. BS! Granny died. Oh, man. See, these are the kind of hands that I'm never sure if I'm supposed to keep, because, like, you need to rely on the top 3-ish cards of your library being pretty good. Like, if we just draw lands and shitters, then we just kind of roll over and die, and it's pathetic. But I also think that this deck needs to, like, have a lot of material, or it just doesn't do its thing, so mulliganing hurts a lot. Looks like we are up against Esper. We could be up against Mill. I, knowing that, would like to put pressure on. I don't want to put the tap land down on 1. Voice of Victory is good. And now what do we do? If they are playing the same list that we were, then they don't have the Pinnacle Star Cage, so we can afford to commit a little more to the board if we want. I don't see a good reason to deploy the Backstreet. Like, I think if we don't think they have the Star Cage, we just go. If I cast the Voice of Victory, that forces them to act on their turn, but it means that we don't get to attack with as many things. I guess they could have, like, split up or something. That would be weird, but not out of the question. And in that case, I'd rather have the infestation stages and stuff. There's also a chance that we draw Sephiroth next turn, and if we do, then we'll want to have more things in play that we want to actively sacrifice, whereas the Voice of Victory is a little too good. How about another infestation stage? So, most likely play out of them next turn is Day of Judgment, possibly Beza. If it's Day of Judgment, then I think I just want both the Nesting Bot and the Sage in play, and the Sage in play. Maybe not, actually. Maybe that means it's Sage plus Voice. Nah, that's crazy. So let's just play the Backstreet. Is Sack good? Supposedly this is the best deck by the stats in Best of One, according to Untapped. And it does kind of remind you of Cat Oven. I guess I should have sacked the ground creature, but what are you going to do? I don't want them to see that I have this. That's the only reason I'm holding this one instead of the Verge. Cat Oven had more play. I mean, yeah. You have Blood Artist stuff. Oh, what is going on here? I assume Sephiroth is going to die. Yeah, don't have enough to play Voice of Victory and activate this. So now I imagine the 6 mana board wipe that mills half our deck is coming. And if they have that, plus the reservoir, we just lose. And they're giving it the GG, so I guess they have it. Kind of asshole plays this deck. Yeah. Okay. That sucks. I think we played that game just fine. I don't think there was realistically any other way to play it. Just wasn't quite enough pressure. Red Black Sack in Standard had beatdown with Croaks and stuff. Played with the 1-2 that you can pump to make bigger. That got a counter if... Oh, the Vampire. Knight of the Ebon Legion. That one. Yeah, this is fine. Keep this. I don't think we've seen Blooming Marsh yet. I think I'm going to start with Gorehound. I think I value the Surveil pretty highly. So, Reanimator deck. What are we reanimating? I don't know. Larval Scoutlander. EDB sack a land. Put 2 lands into play. What is going on? Hammy says woof. And that's true. All right, we'll play this out. Trying to decide what would push more damage. The fact that here's Kona, though, means that we basically, I assume, are dead. Valgavoth. Can we ever beat Valgavoth? No, I think that's pretty much GG. Because now all of these things get exiled instead of die. Yeah. Damn. Gotta say, these are kind of the swings that I don't like in Best of One. I feel like a lot of these decks do not have the same power in Best of Three. Like Kona, you have a lot more tools to be able to deal with it. And part of the tool is just like knowing that your opponent is playing Kona. Yeah, we can't keep this. Oh, man. I guess. Can I ask what everyone's opinion is with alchemy cards? I don't have an opinion, really. Like, I don't like them. And I don't like the format. And I don't like what that did to Historic, which used to be my favorite format. But, I can't bring myself to care, is the other thing. All right, let's get that starting town down before I need to care about it. Before I screw myself by waiting too long to play it. Like, Historic's a fake format. I mean, like, fake is like... Fake is a strong word. That's an 8-7? Jesus Christ. Can't play it in paper. Yeah, I mean, if like that's kind of like disingenuous, right? Like, people are able to play the format. It exists. There is a meta. People do play it. So fake is, I think, not the correct word, but I think I know what you mean. I think we might also just be dead here, which really tilts me. Like, what is the world coming to? We're losing to a life gain deck. Like, what the fuck?
Awooga!
We're losing to life gain.
Well, I brought you chickens to console you.
It's gonna take more than chicken. Is there a way to win? If I shock in Godless Shrine, play Vondam plus Voice of Victory, double block. Here and here, we take 3, 8, 11. So Sephiroth would also need to block then. I think we're just toast. I think this just delays the inevitable. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. Now we're just exactly dead. No first strike trick. No. Alright. Well, that sucked. Leyline's making for fantastic, balanced gameplay. Use a fork to eat chicken tenders. Why not use your hands? In general, I would. However, this is a shared computer, and I don't want to get chicken stuff all over the mouse. Yeah, this is not going super well. It's a 1-2-3 if we can draw the land. I think this is our first Demir mid-range opponent. This can't block. I guess I start with this. I think there's like a not bad chance that they just go 1-drop, 2-drop Kaido. So now, if the opponent plays an untapped land and swings with Siren, I actually think we're supposed to block. Instead, they just cast Nashi, which I honestly forgot was a legal Magic card in Standard. We need land pretty bad. I'm going to crack this and surveil. If I play Sephiroth, it's going to get removed. I actually think I like developing a little longer. This also lets us double block Nashi if we want. So it's got to be Kaido. I guess it could be Enduring Curiosity. That's probably the best case for us. Okay. That is fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. We have our own crazy card draw engine. Okay. Just raw dogging the Kaido. Okay. That's fine. Oh, that's cute. My plan was to sacrifice this. Kill Curiosity. I guess I get to do both. I guess it's just this. Hey, Squeeman. Squeeman, how's it going? That's a lot of cards. Are the games going? They're okay. I think we are net positive today. We went on a crazy winning streak, gone on a bit of a losing streak since then. Does that kill? It might. Does the emblem target? It does. I think this kills. Yep. Great. Let's try the burn deck. I feel like you can't play best of one without at least trying burn. No Lotus Field today? No, today we are getting ready for the Arena Open, Arena Direct, one or the other, this weekend, where you can play Best of One Constructed and get stuff. I like stuff and constructed. Hmm. The hell is that? Cavern of Souls name Angel. Oh. Hmm. So, like, part of me wants to Sheltered by Ghosts this away, but I don't want them to get Giada back. Also, Shock then Boros Charm give the show off double strike. That's so much damage. I think I like that most. I guess that's actually not all that much more damage than just Boros Charm straight to the face, though, right? Whatever. Now I know that it'll actually get through, so. Now if they play some 3-drop Angel that blocks, we can kill it and kill them. Helix is good. Did not have Helix on my bingo card. Aurelia's Vindicator. That's a good draw. Two can play at the Lightning Helix game. Vindicator's a good card against us. I would think that deck has an absurd win rate against us. By the way, this is a mercenary. I learned that Shoot the Sheriff does not kill this. Ask me how I found out. I guess I'm going to start with Hired Claw. They're both the same amount of damage, but I think this is a little better in the late game if somehow we both end up in like a top deck war.
Do you need another chicken?
I could use another chicken.
Plate.
Temple of Enlightenment is here.
2?
Sure. So the question I have now is, do I just jam the show off or not?
Chicken.
Chicken. If they have like seam rip, not plotting the show off sucks. So I think that is what I will do. How did I find out? I tried to cast Shoot the Sheriff on it. Didn't work. Huh. It's funny. We can like mostly just play around their Star Cage if that's what they have. I think I am liking. I think I'm liking Pump, Shock, and Step. Just try to get like one big turn when Show Off is there, and I can also give it Indestructible to protect it from Get Lost. And this plays around No More Lies if that's what they have here. So essentially, they either have Day of Judgment or we win. If they have Day of Judgment, how do we beat it? How much damage are we looking at next turn? If we shock here, they go to 13. We play Show Off. Boros Charm, the Show Off is 4 extra damage. That's 5 damage. 6, 7, 8 from the attack with Hired Claw. We're live to a lot of draws. I'm going to Shock Face, I think. I think I just want to hold my stuff. Like, I just don't want to play into a Wrath. If this dies, it's who cares, because they have to tap out, then we get Show Off, plus Challenger, plus 2-drop if we find a land. What do I think of the Edge of Eternity set? I don't know. That's some cutting edge insight. I have some opinions about it. The first is that like it's a vehicle set, and we had one of those already. We had Ether Drift, and generally I don't like vehicle gameplay. This wasn't for me either, even though I usually love space settings. This one wasn't for me. In terms of limited balance, it looks good, but it has the misfortune of following Final Fantasy, which was great. So limited wise, I think it was a bit of a bust. But it is nice to have a format or a set come out that does not like dramatically change the face of Standard and like pseudo rotate it 3 months in. So overall, I'm kind of happy with it. In like, it's mediocre, and I like that. We get to keep a hand on the play with mono red, so that I like. No 1-drop is worse, of course. Misplay with fire. Sure, let's go upstairs. Don't quite know what we're up against yet, but you're on. There you are. I'm just gonna plot the show off. Hopefully next turn we can Challenger plus Burst Lightning trigger. Nemesis seems awesome in the mirror too. All right, here's show off. Okay, so if I play my show off, it exposes it to removal. So like one line we have here is show off, Challenger, Burst Lightning, and that's an awful lot for them to deal with. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. The other option we have, another option we have is Hired Claw plus Challenger. That's not awful. We also have Nemesis. I think of all the options, I think of all the options, I like Nemesis most. This is a painful one for them to remove. If they do, then we just get to redirect that damage at their face. And most of the stuff in our hand has haste anyway. All right. Now I'm just going for it. I suppose we could hold Burst Lightning for their show off. That's not insane. I want to say that we're safe at 16, but we're not. I am not super good at playing these creature aggressive decks. So Boros Charm would make this 10, 11, 12 damage. I think we're dead. If I swing with Nemesis, they take 3. If I swing with both, they're forced to block the Challenger at least. I think that's where we're at. I mean, that's a pretty terrifying block, right? That was just the absolute safest play possible. So they probably have shock or something to kill me. How about Exaxes? Yeah, fuck you. Don't do that. Yeah, probably missed a point somewhere in that game that we could have won that game. That's why mono red sucks. Can you elaborate? I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter. So we have made the mistake of being on the draw. Otherwise, the hand's pretty, though. Oh, yeah, it's red. That's a weird one. Sheltered by ghosts on the claw. I mean, it's just going to die, and then they get this right back. All right. Guess that's what we're doing. I was trying to think if there was some way that we would eventually be able to play that and protect with Boros Charm. But I don't think that's really... I don't think that's, like, a possibility. Ghost gives Ward 2, I know, but, like, they're super likely to just have, like, shock. Huh. Okay. Well, that's going to die. That's for damn sure. Fuck, I forgot. Now they have a double block on the show off. Yeah, I guess we're just attacking like this. The claw getting lifelink off of the... Oh, that was dumb too. And now they have the blocker. Yeah, this... I have been playing too long. I think that is a sign that we have played more Magic than we should have today. card is like shockingly annoying. Yeah. This does not protect against that. Gross. And he gained 4. Huh. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure. Did I have lethal? Burst lightning upstairs would have done 2. And then Boros Charm double striking. I don't think we were quite there. At least it looks like our show-off's gonna live. As long as we do. They're attacking with this? That's insane. Alright, a little less insane. But that was like the god draw, right? Alright. Well, better lucky than good, I suppose. Alright. I think I've reached the point where I'm not really playing quality Magic anymore. So I would like to thank all of you guys very much for hanging out. And I think we will go on. We will send you guys elsewhere to someone who will treat you well. Let's see. Who is live in the Magic category? Oh, it's Decked Out EDH. I know them. Yeah, let's send everyone over to Carlo MTG. Carlo is a delightful human being. All right, yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to stop the recording.